Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, interwebs? Welcome to the Out of Order Show. My name, as always, is Michael, a.k.a. the local boy, a.k.a. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. And it's not like a no cam stream. We're actually doing the camera. Thank you all for hanging out, tuning in. Hey, the only thing is out of order around here is me, Cybound. Josh, why are you on the YouTubes? You're not on the Twitches? You're not a Twitcher anymore? You're a YouTuber? You're not part of the chat? Whatever. It's all good. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Yo, how's it going? So yeah, we are, because this is where I first saw you on. Okay, that's weird. I thought it would pop up on Twitch first. Well, I actually, technically, the way I have this set up, yeah, my YouTube would pop first, then my Twitch. But either way, regardless, how's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. We are just gonna be doing a little bit of a show and tell tonight, and then move on to some Mina the Hollower. I haven't been streaming all that much just because so I got this gig for a campaign, and then it was supposed to end the week after, or the week before 4th of July. But before 4th of July, I went to, what was it called? I went to that one convention, EVO. I went to EVO. I was like, God, what convention do I go to? And like, EVO was like so, just got done watching Project Helmet. I can watch that. Is it on available on the, like, where I don't have to pay for it, or is it still you have to pay for it, like rent it somewhere? Actually, the movie I really wanted to see that I never got a chance to see in theater, but I think it still might be in theater, is what's it called? The Michael Jackson biopic, because I love me some Michael Jackson. Jackson. Michael Jackson is the GOAT. But anyway, I went to EVO, and it was planned, but it was like semi-planned. It was like, okay, I'm going to EVO, but I don't really expect to, like, there was still a tiny part of me that was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be going to EVO at last minute, but I ended up going to EVO regardless. And so went to EVO, did horribly. I did way worse than I did last year, but that was because I didn't get to. I only get to play fighting games like once a week, so I didn't do any practice. And then like the June, the character I primarily play she's just not good. She's just not a good. Sorry, I gotta wipe my eye. I don't know why it's like irritating me, but she's not good. She's not a good matchup for a lot of, like, I don't know, even the buffs that they gave her, I don't think do her any good. Like, she still does, if you're not careful, you can do more damage to yourself than the player can, just because her laser beams can take a lot of damage from you. And then, so that was like the game that, so I signed up for 3 games. I signed up for Vampire Savior, 2XKO, and Tekken. Tekken's the only game out of those 3 games, the only game I took seriously. The only reason why I signed up for 2XKO is that you get a free skin if you show up to your pools, regardless. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get a free skin. It's like, why not? and it's contributing to the prize pool, unlike the other games that weren't contributing to the prize pool. And then Vampire Savior, because I was like, man, I'm a big World of Darkness fan. I love that this game is featured as a throwback. But I had no chance, no shot at like getting out of pools. And so, and it was funny too, because one of the best United States players lives in my backyard, which is crazy. I can't believe like a game that I adore. One of the best players lives in our area, so I was like, fuck. And I tried hitting him up, like, hey, do you want to like do some practice rounds? But he just ignored me. So I was like, God damn it, that sucked. But regardless, went to EVO, and I guess we'll start with EVO first. So, things like, so I used to spend a lot of money at EVO, but that was because I got fight sticks. But there hasn't been a revolutionary fight stick that has like jumped out at me in quite some time. So, the hell? Is this a smart DJ bullshit? Oh, it is doing the smart DJ. I need to learn how to turn that off. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. The smart DJ shit is just bad. How do I? Damn, I gotta like go into Apple Music and turn that setting off. So, oh shit, that reminds me. I gotta hang this. I gotta hang these. I always hang my my badge. So this is my badge. Oh, so that was like the first thing that kind of, I get why they did it, but it kind of pissed me off. So I go to EVO this year, and you could definitely tell that the room was very quiet, or you could definitely tell that the 40% less capacity was there. Like, it was actually, I thought it was good that it wasn't like shoulder to shoulder, like packed, which any convention, like the convention organizers, right? They would hate to have like 40% less, right? But I thought that was great because it felt like you could do stuff. The lines were not as long. It was more accessible that way. So, you know, hooray for that, I guess. Hooray for less people showing up to EVO this year. But when I go and I check out, I get my badge, they give me like the normal one at first. And then I was like, wait a minute, but I bought the super duper Street Fighter lanyard and like badge. And they're like, oh, well, hold on, let's see. And then they checked, and they're like, oh, yeah, here it is. And then they're like, oh, I guess you didn't get the email about we're reducing, or like you had to choose which one. But they printed both. And so they just confiscated my other badge and gave me this one. And I was like, but that's my badge. And they're like, we don't want two badges walking around. And I was like, who am I going to give it to? Like, okay, I get why they did it, but at the same time, I was just like, okay, you guys are a little bit 40% less attendees, bro. I didn't even buy this badge, technically. I got it from fucking Ludwig, because Ludwig was trying to juice the Rivals of Ether, like, entries, so, like, oh, and I saw something on, like, Twitter, like, a few weeks ago, like, one of the event organizers for Rivals was so pissed because of all the no-shows. Like, he's like, you made us do like all this work for nothing. So I was just like, that's whatever. So I refed, because I always ref. And I even said at like EVO, I was like, this might be my last EVO. Because the unless I'm going for free, I don't think I'm gonna be paying for EVO anymore, just because it's so goddamn expensive. It's like they're charging $350 for a 3-day pass for a tournament, like a basically anybody entry tournament, and like you're not even paying for a premium like watching experience. Like, I don't know, like I will go to EVO, and obviously there's all this like speculation, be like, oh, sports washing, you shouldn't go because, you know, the Saudis and stuff. But like for me, it's like, it's just like, it's so like EVO, like Vegas is already so expensive, so that I'm just like, I don't know if I like, this year is a little rough. as far as like my expenses right now, but like, yeah, like, I don't know. Everything all last minute. I didn't pay a lot for the hotel. We stayed at Circus, which is probably the cheapest hotel next to the venue. It was walkable. But still, like, yeah, it was like, I don't think I will, until, like, from now on, I have to, like, either it has to be, like, so super incentivized for me to go, like the Third Strike community, or, like, I don't know. I don't think, I think it's just, like, it's, like, so compacting now, right? It's, like, not only is because the Saudis own it, not only is there going to be, like, 7 EVOs next year, there's, like, all these things now that makes it less enticing to go. And, like, and it sucks because, like, the real motivation behind this is that the Saudis just want to, like, it was funny because there's, like, I forget who was talking about it. I think it was, God, what's his name? There's this guy, I saw him on Facebook. He's like, he explains a lot of stuff about everything. And, like, he was explaining, like, the Saudis tried to control golf, and they ended up having to back out of golf because the PGA basically sued the shit out of them. And but still, both the PGA and the Saudis, like, came together to basically be like, let's make all the money, right? But there's still that element of sports washing to a degree. But, like, with esports, there's no regulators. There's no long-lasting, prestigious, like, sports organization. Like, if the Saudis tried to move in on, like, the NBA, right? The commission of the NBA would lawyer the fuck up, and they would, like, basically put a stop to it because, like, obviously they want to protect their money. Like, it's an American sport, it's an American-owned entertainment source, and they want to protect it. The same thing with PGA. PGA is, like, a protected, like, institution. But esports is not a protected. In fact, esports is poverty as fuck. Unless you're, like, doing, like, League of Legends and Counter-Strike, everything else in esports, maybe, like, Dota to a degree, because Dota and Valve put on their own worlds equivalent, but, like, everything else, like FGC, fucking, like, Call of Duty, like, the Call of Duty League is, like, gone. It's toast, I believe. Like, I think anything Riot does is, like, protected, but still, the point is that a lot of esports is not protected. So when the Saudis came and were like, we're gonna jump on this, like, the people who run these organizations, they just ate it up. They were just like, thank God, because, like, the bubble had popped, the esports bubble had popped in, like, the late 2010s, and then, like, right when COVID hit, that's when esports was, like, dead. Like, I remember, like, crypto tried getting in on it. I remember, like, NFTs, like, everybody was trying to get on the whole, like, esports bandwagon, and they were trying to find a profit. They were trying to make profit off of it, and, like, it didn't work. And so, but because the Saudis have infinite money, they have the infinite money glitch. They just came in, and, like, all these esports organizations and all these esports, like, communities like the FGC just basically are like, or they're like, yes, please, because, like, I get it, like, people, like, they got careers, right? They got livelihoods, like, not to, like, I love, don't get me wrong, I love Tampa Never Sleeps, I love Tong, I love everybody in the FGC, but there's a lot of people who are just like Tong and the Tampa Never Sleep guys, they put on the production for EWC, Esports World Cup, for the fighting game portion, not the other stuff, but, like, they get hired to do the fighting game portion of EWC, so they're getting Saudi paid, right? And they worked really hard. They started as, like, they're the premier online, like, place to watch right? Because they put in all the hard work. Jabali with like Frosty Faustine and CEO, and he used to work at Twitch. Like all these people have put in a lot of hard work, and they're finally like, thank God the Saudis came, and I can earn a paycheck. I can earn a living doing the thing I love. And like same thing with Hado, like the guy who's running Evo now. He produces Combo Breaker, right? And now like Hado, it is like, oh, we're hosting like the Singapore like Evo, but it's also going to be the Tekken World Finals like place, because Hado used to help produce it in the past. He used to help with finding the location and producing the Tekken World Finals. So like it's like all these people, like I don't discredit their hard work. They're just now like, thank God, like we have a steady paycheck. We have like a steady revenue. Like obviously like Sony had bought Evo, and so they were like, oh, we have like a steady income because Sony supports it. But the hand is just exchanging. Like they're all like, all these people, the hand is just constantly changing hands, and they're just trying not to bite the hand that feeds them. In a simple way, right? And there are a few people who've like kind of stepped back and be like, no, I do not. I refuse to eat the hand that is feeding me, which is like the top two is like Sajam and Maximilian do. But then like, which sucks because Sajam, like I saw this on Twitter, right? Sajam was accused of like restreaming Evo, and he's like, I didn't restream shit. Like I'm not gonna support this, right? But the Maximilian dude, right? He's like, I don't want to work with them anymore. But like, and you clearly could tell it's bothering him, right? But he's big enough to be like, oh, I could just host Evo myself. And I think maybe that's like another thing too, is that like he that's why like I said, I'm not, envy is my sin. I'm not trying to like be, oh, art thou I am better, blah 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 blah. But I will say that like the amount of money that he generated during that live stream was probably, and he even said so before he went on break for his vacation, was like, this is the highest my channel has ever been. Like this was like the peak concurrent on Twitch and YouTube, the highest like regard of my platform I have ever been on. And to me, that's like, okay, well, that's fine, but at the same time, that's kind of fucked up, because if you don't want, if like, it's like shit or get off the pot, like, right? You can't have your cake and eat it too, right? If you don't support, you probably support. It's like the whole like, can you separate the artist from the art sort of thing? And unfortunately, you can't. I love Neil Gaiman. I love Sandman. I love Constantine. I love everything that he's like. I love the Trenchcoat Gang, the Trenchcoat Mafia. I forget, like, it's just like all these DC heroes that like teamed up with Constantine that all wear trench coats, but like can't now because he did some bad shit. It's fucked up, but you got to do it. You got to stand on some principles. So, but look at me. I went to Evo, but I didn't pay for it. I didn't support it in any capacity. And like, I went there and I'm about to do the show and tell of like, mostly what I bought was from Artist Alley, which directly supports the artists who are there. So with that in mind, let's go through the goodie bag. Let's do show and tell. I got this. This is basically I have a bag, but this is from Space Maria, from a really good artist friend of mine. I got this at the Imrage booth, and he did a collaboration with them. And I have last year. Okay. Right? all I could do is I can just buy this now, or I can just slap this this like it's like Velcro patch. It's a Velcro patch. I can just slap it on. So got that. Ooh, this is something. So if you guys know, I'm like 50-50 when it comes to like VTubers. I do follow VTubers. I watch VTubers, but I'm not like VTuber centric. I'm not like, oh my Yoshi, oh my god, right? I'm more of like the personality and what they do. So, Amore, who also she's streaming on Twitch right now. You can check her. This is all her profile and like scammy stuff. She plays a lot of Street Fighter. She did last year. She did like a VTuber like collage of like, oh, these are the VTubers like I respect. And one of them, it's two VTubers I follow, is Huntress and Shimada Tiger. But last year, I only got the Shimada Tiger sticker, which I was like, dang, I follow Huntress and Shimada because they both play fighting games. And so I finally got the Huntress sticker because I was missing the Huntress sticker when I was like, I got the Shimada Tiger one. I got the Orange Creature sticker. But now I have Huntress, but she's a homie. Unfortunately, she did not go to EVO this year. Made me sad. Okay, I got a bunch of EVO like stuff. Okay, so this sucks. So this is like a free keychain, right? But how I got this? So shoutouts to the Basement Boys. We all went. A good chunk of us went. Like me, Javi, Flawless, Shiny Espeon, Spectro. But Javi, I was walking past him and he was like filling out the survey, and they're like, oh, if you fill out the survey, you get this keychain. This was probably this was like hell. Filling out the survey to get this keychain was literal hell. It took me like 20 minutes to fill. I was like, what fucking survey are they like what are they doing? Like, what are they doing? Like, I need to be free. Free me. And, like, at some point, like, even the guy that was, like, there was like, yeah, this survey is kind of bullshit. And I was just like, I know, right? Like, what are you doing? Why are you making me feel it? He's like, well, you're stuck here now. And so I was like, fine. So, like, I just speed ran the, like, fucking survey. And, like, I got this keychain. This was I got a pin. And this was like, so there was like these gacha coins. If you bought a certain amount of stuff, you got like a free gacha coin. And like the grand prize was like a free trip to EVO France if you pulled the gacha. So I was like, I was already gonna buy some stuff from EVO anyways. And so I only bought like 2 t-shirts. They're already hanging, but I got the I said Ripbound. I got a 2XKO shirt of Vi and Jinx fighting each other. It's pretty sweet. And then I got the EVO exclusive Morgan and Lilith t-shirt. So I was like, I gotta celebrate Darkstalkers. I gotta celebrate Vampire Savior. Like, here we go. So out of the gacha coin that you got for buying stuff at EVO, I got this pin. What else? So I'm just like, let's just dump it all. Okay, so there's like one particular cosplayer that I'm kind of a fan of. I mean, she's hot, but that's besides the point. But oh yeah, this is weird. So this is so weird for judging. Like, so usually when you judge at EVO, you get like a side bag, and like obviously you get the jacket. Which, by the way, the jacket was done by Enrage. Best jacket out of all the jackets I received at EVO, ever. Actually, there's one that was like, I was given it was a ref jacket, but it was actually like a staff ref jacket, and I don't think they were supposed to give it to me, but I got it, and I'm like, I think that one and this ref one, very clean, very clean cut, like really good design. But they also gave me this, which is like, it's just like notepad. It's just a fucking notepad. So I have a notepad for like when I do like my work stuff, which when I was working at an office, this would have been great because I usually like to, I don't have my computer on me. I have my Mac, and like sometimes I need to write some stuff down. But now that I have my Mac and my PC and I'm just kind of like stuck here in my room all the time now because I don't have an office anymore, it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to clutter my room. So like, yeah, why would I want this? So this was the 2XKO. I think this was like the theme because it was like, oh, look, hot. We have like our new hot DLC Gunner skins. So this was like kind of like a postcard they gave you. There was so you could do like this, what was it? It was like a raffle, and you had to put your hand in and you pulled it out. You could get like a beach towel. You could get stickers. You could get a bunch of stuff, but majority of it was you got stickers. So I got all these fucking stickers, which I don't know what to do with these stickers. This I'm gonna attach to. So I went once again. Shoutouts to the homie. Actually, I'm gonna post his info in chat as a do. Let me post his X information. Paste. So he probably one of the best artists at EVO, and he was also at Anime Expo, and I fucking I only had one day at Anime Expo, so I'll get to the Anime Expo portion of the trip afterwards. But yeah, so I got this Biken. It's kind of like it's a clip-on, and Biken is the bae. Biken is the bae. So I'm gonna clip that onto my bag. But okay, so we could talk about. So there was like, so something I noticed for the last couple years going to conventions, something that kind of boosts. It boosts the overall morality of like artist alleys, but it basically is kind of like a scam. It's and I say this in the most polite possible way, but they try to sell you on doing these these scavenger hunts, right? And it's supposed to be like a collaboration between other artists, and it's supposed to basically be like, I help you, you help me. Let's try to sell our merchandise. And that's fine, but like when I'm very particular with the money I spend, just because I'm like, I want this thing and this thing only. But they hide some good stuff behind, like I said, they hide some good stuff behind these what's it called? They hide some pretty good shit now behind these scavenger hunts. And it kind of pisses me off. But so I had to participate in a scavenger hunt, and it was one of my favorite cosplayers, Shark Party, EVO collaboration. Listen, yeah. So Shark Party, EVO award-winning Shark Party. She's cool. I wish we could be friends. I think we're more of acquaintances than friends, to be honest. But had to go to there's one particular artist that I've been showing off this whole time, the homie, and he had this sticker. This is a Shark Party sticker that I wanted. I just wanted this sticker. That's all I wanted. I wanted just this sticker. But in order to get this sticker, you had to do the stupid scavenger hunt. So I had to go to other places to buy other shit. You had to go to Space Dandy. So I went to Space Dandy. I'll pimp out their I'm like so on Space D whatever, but she does actually have like a pretty cool like. So I bought this Terry, and it's like it's cool because it's double-sided, and I think that's cool. Like it's on both sides, so it's like classic Terry, City of the Wolves / Garo Terry, and then you got like the con exclusive. Oh god, I have no fingernails, so I can't pull this off my. She was selling this sticker, or like if you bought something, you got this Ingrid sticker. So let me put all this Shark Party stuff into one pile in order to, yeah, it's like all the Shark Party stuff. So I had to go like to different booths, right, in order to. And so I went to Saga DOS, and I got this cool. I'm gonna put this probably on the side of like one of the computers. It's like a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 case. And then I had to go to the homie, and I got more of his stickers. And I gotta also like I gotta figure out like what stickers I'm gonna take off my Mac. Because I don't actually stick them on, I just put them behind the case. So I got a My sticker. I got Guilty Gear Alfelt sticker. I got Lilith and Morgan sticker. And then I have the t-shirt of this, but it is like the team I wish I was good at. But Psylocke is the Bay. And I got his OCs, original characters, Space Maria. And that's like on the bag, like I mentioned. That's just on the bag. So I got these stickers. I pretty much exclusively go to his booth. Which I'm really sad that he was at Anime Expo this year. And he was selling like an exclusive... He was selling an exclusive Ghost in the Shell sticker. And I'm like, god damn it, I should have gone. But we'll talk about Anime Expo and Artist Alley in a bit. Because, oh boy. Let me. So I guess I went to this like other booth, and I got this Kill la Kill. I got this Lilith. It's all right. I guess I'll pimp them out. It's this lady, and then so I did all that. Right, I did all that to finally get like all these Shark Party stickers, which I'm like, okay, that's cute. That's whatever. A little lewd, but it's okay. It's Shark Party as what's her face for Street Fighter. And then we got more Shark Party. And like I said, I'm just a fan of Shark Party as a whole. But like I just wanted the Guilty Gear sticker version. But I guess I couldn't get away with that. They were like, no, you got to do the scavenger hunt, and they give you all these stickers, and then you get like this Polaroid from her, or no, you get like this. This is just like a signed photo, but there was like apparently there was like an exclusive rare if you got a Polaroid. It was like a gotcha within a gotcha. So I was like, okay, like enough with the gotchas. Like, and that's my complaint is like there's like. Obviously, this forced me to go to other artists, and that's the whole point. That's the whole ploy of this stamp rally, scavenger hunt sort of thing. And then like, ooh, am I gonna get the exclusive? Am I gonna get the exclusive like Polaroid? Oh my god! And so it like kind of makes you go like, if you're like a real psychopath, like if you really want to like lick like her saliva, like the. Lick the scent off the Polaroid of her. I guess you could, in theory, like go through the sticker rally and keep on doing it until they give you the right one. And I didn't even know it until the guy told me. The guy, like, he was like, "Oh, I'm in charge of like handing out the sticker prize bullshit or whatever." And I was just like, oh, and he's like, oh yeah, you could possibly get this exclusive sticker bullshit. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I don't. I was like, I don't really care. I just wanted the one sticker. And he was like, oh, well, like, then, you know, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, then it didn't matter. I was like, yeah, right? It's like, it didn't matter, so therefore it didn't matter. So I guess I'll throw this Ingrid in here. I'm just like trying to organize this better. These stickers I'm gonna keep out because they're part of the cool bullshit. And these are all the Shark Party sticker stuff. And yeah, that was pretty much, I think that's pretty much it from what I got at EVO. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got at EVO. And like I said, it was very low functioning. Wasn't planning on like buying a lot of stuff. Wasn't gonna buy a new fight stick or anything like that. So it was just all like, hey, if I get this, I get this. If I get this, I do, I don't, whatever. Put all this junk away. Calling it junk. Like I said, there's some stuff like I really would have liked the other two. Like, I wonder if I could go online and check and see like the beach towel, like if somebody's reselling it or something. Or fuck it, I could just probably ask my friend, be like, hey, do you guys have any more beach towels? Just ask them. Just ask my EVO friends, like, hey, could you just send me a beach towel? Or not my EVO friends, my Riot friends. It's like, could you just give me the beach towel? Like, you guys gave me everything last year. Like, I got the hoodie, I got all the fucking pins. I got a bunch of bullshit last year. Can you just give me... Can you just, like, ship it to me? Or, like, if you guys are at another convention that I'm going to, can I be there? Or can we just meet up? Like, I'm gonna, like... I think the next big convention they're going to is Gen Con? For 2XK, not 2XK, but for Riftbound? But I'd probably just meet up with them in LA Regional Finals. I think. Yeah, I think that's like the... Okay, so, these stickers are the most important stickers. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with these. And then these are things I got to put on my... Okay, so, let us talk Anime Expo. Now, Anime Expo, for me, was very, like, if EVO was, like, last minute, Anime Expo was, like, on the precipice of, like, just... Like, I was like, oh, this would be kind of a neat idea. And then it happened. So, what ended up happening at EVO, or at Anime Expo, Derek, friend of the show, Fig Nuts, or Rivet Head, I don't know what to call him these days. But anyways, he was like, hey, I'm a Kickstart backer. God, I don't know why that was so hard to say. But he was saying how since he kickstarted the Cyberpunk trading card game, that they were going to have a booth at Anime Expo, and they were giving away a exclusive card for doing a playtest of their trading card game. So Derek got like... He said he got, like, priority access because he was a Kickstart backer. So he didn't have to wait for, like, I guess the general admission to play the test game of it. So I'm like, fuck it. It's like $100. I was like, fine. It would be like a day in LA. It's always nice to go to LA every once in a while. Get some good food. Catch the big city. Right? I love going to a big city, especially for convention. And so, but the thing is like, I wanted to make sure that when we got there, like, we had like a plan of action, that we like had everything set up. And then one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Anime Expo was that the Ultra Pro was having an exclusive a mat selling of Y'shtola from Final Fantasy 14 and a Hatsume Miku mat. And let me tell you, I was very pissed. We got in early for various reasons. But one of the things that really pissed me off was, so the convention opens at 9. Derek and I are literally in the lobby before they open up West Hall and South Hall. So it's packed. And so I was like, okay, he wanted to go straight to the Cyberpunk thing, and I wanted to go straight to Ultra Pro. So doors open, I go all the way to Ultra Pro, and the line was packed. Like, I'm not sure if any of you, I'm assuming a lot of you have never been to E3, but the two halls, this is the best way I can kind of explain it. So in the past, right, West Hall and South Hall. South Hall is like where all the third-party publishers would be at, and then West Hall would be like where the big three were at: Microsoft, Xbox, and Sony. Or no, sorry, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. So Nintendo would be on the far west side and have like this whole area to them. So the way it was set up is that on the very entrance area was Ultra Pro. The line went all the way to the back of West Hall to the other end. And I was like, damn, I'm 15 minutes into this con. This is the first 15 minutes. And the line was looping all the way around the back. And then waiting, I waited there for probably about 30 minutes. And then some guy from Ultra Pro was basically telling everybody, if you're here for the con exclusives, our allotment is done for today. And they were like, and our allotment is done for Friday as well. So come back Saturday or Sunday. And it's like, dude, you oversold your shit. And like, Cybound, you like, I think at this point I fucking hate Ultra Pro. Like, I recently got, like, I think I'm just gonna go Gamegenics from now on. I'm so fed up with Ultra Pros. Just everything. The whole business practice, like, it was sold out within 15 minutes. The Hatsune Miku mat, the Hatsune Miku patch, and the Y'shtola mat were sold out in 15 minutes. And they said, don't even come back on Friday. You have to come back on Saturday and Sunday. And if I go on eBay right now, because they're fucking idiots, like, and it's like, and this was the exact same thing that happened at MagicCon for us last year. Was we were there for the Final Fantasy shit, and it was all sold out. I couldn't get my fucking my case. I couldn't get any sleeves. I couldn't get any. The only thing I could have got was what you got, which I didn't want, which was the two mats, the Sephiroth and Cloud mat, because I was like, oh, I don't want to damage these. Like, these are really, they have like that foiling on it. And I could have bought another mat. Sorry, to kind of refer back to another thing. There was a cool mat at EVO that was a shiny mat for 2XKO. And I'm using my mat that I use to all my card games right now is last year's my Shinkaro Moment 37 playmat for Street Fighter. And I play that everywhere. Everywhere I go in town, that's my Shinkaro mat is the mat I use. Because it has a really nice etching on the end. So I know it's not going to get loose and like, it's in the bag. I totally forgot that I put it inside my mythic bag. So I'd have to actually like pull it out of the bag, and I don't want to do that right now. But yeah, like so this case I got for free at Summer Game Fest. And I gave you the Squirrel Girl sleeves, but I went to Mega City. The only thing I don't like about this case is that, oh god, it's kind of hard to pull out. But I got the Captain America sleeves, right? They feel good. They're not bad, but like it's like everything Ultra Pro has is like sold out. It's always sold out. You can't buy anything from Ultra Pro anymore. It's like it's like what the fuck? It's like everything they do is like, oh yeah, we're just gonna sell like a limited quantity of them. Watch, we're gonna go to let's see, Anime Expo, Ultra Pro mats. Oh yeah, okay, so I already see there's some. I see the Yestola one already. Let me switch over to this other scene real quick. Let's shut this down. Let's go here. Do this. Sorry, I'm like in real time trying to do this. By the way, am I echoing? I just want to make sure I'm not echoing. Properties. Window capture. Where is... There it is. So, eBay. What the... What? Okay, yeah, yeah, I know. Okay, it's fucking... Sorry, somebody was like... It was telling me that I like... So, already... The Yestola mat... $230. So, scalpers have already... Let's see, this is exclusive playmat. Where's the, There it is! This is also the Hatomi Miku one, which I wanted. Just to commemorate that I went to Anime Expo this year. And I literally have a Hatomi Miku deck! And fucking sold out. Now, $350. 350 fucking... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, no. Is the Sephiroth and Cloud one, is it braided in? Because this isn't braided. If you could look, the Yestola one, not braided. Not braided. But, you know, it's the waifu tax. Oh, apparently it's foil? I didn't realize it was foil. Yeah, it's foil extended. Yeah, so this is like foil, but it's not braided. But the Hatsumi Miku one is, at least it's braided at least. Actually, this one's just like we're selling it for this, but yeah, it's fucked up. Oh, and then like, I already have these sleeves. I bought these sleeves a long time ago. But yeah, at least it's like braided. But I'm not gonna pay $200 for a fucking mat. Are you kidding me? You fucking jokes. So it just really sucked. So that like right from the rip, Anime Expo was off to a bad start. It was like, I waited there for 30 minutes, and it was like, oh, and like, yeah, everybody's selling it for like $300, like $250, $300. Fuck me. What a sadness. Yeah, I want to close window. So that was the sadness. So then, I tell Derek, I'm like, hey, my plans have been squashed. I guess I'll go and I'll hang out with you and play the Cyberpunk trading card game. So we go to South Hall, walk around, see some stuff, go to the Square Enix booth. I was kind of pissed. So the Square Enix booth were selling Chocobo bundles at retail at $109. I was like, dang, I should have bought a fucking Chocobo bundle because I could always use more fucking Chocobo fucking foil shit. Sold out. I was like, dang. I was like, damn, I'm never gonna get this. We're never gonna get this retail ever. It's like $150. Like I bought the Avatar one, right, for like $145, and that was like what, $20 or it was like $40 above MSRP, right? So yeah, I was a little burnt. I was like, Derek had told me, he's like, oh yeah, there's a Chocobo bundle. I was like, what? And then I ran over after we were going to because he was like, oh, I would like to buy some Xenogear stuff, but there was like zero Xenogear. They didn't have any of the kits that I have, and I'm actually missing one kit, so I was hoping they would sell it. But what's gonna happen is, so right now Sega has a pop-up store in Little Tokyo, but after I would bet dollars to donuts that after Comic-Con, when the Sega pop-up leases expires, the Square one will pop up, and everything that was at Anime Expo, Comic-Con, all these trade shows, all the shit they couldn't sell will be there. And they'll also add some more stuff from the store that I should be able to get, which the thing I need is the last... What do I need? I need the last Xenogear model kit. Model kit. It's the last one that they put out recently. I think it's the third. Yeah, it's this one, the third wave. This is the one I'm missing. Oh, I guess you could buy it right now online. Steerage, Waytall 2, yeah. This is literally the last model kit. Let me put this on stream real quick. Switch over to this. So this was, I was kind of hoping that this would also be at Anime Expo. But this is the third wave. So I have the first like model kits right here. So I have that's Armor Core. Okay, so have the first volume. Wait, no, that's Armor Core. I was like, wait a minute, why did it keep? Okay, so I have this one. Oh, I have volume 2. This is just Steinberg, or I forget how to pronounce the gear's name. But I have this one. It's standalone because it's so huge that it required its own box. I have volume 2 and I have volume 1. But now I need volume 3. Volume 3 is the last one I need. Which has, like I said, it has Steiner, it has Waytall, Id, and then Waytall 2 when he's awakened. So, unfortunately, you have to color them yourself. These are like the base kits. They're all going to be grayed out, which is kind of crazy to me, but we'll see. And this is like if you actually professionally color grade them. And these are all, if you get every single one of them, that's why that big one is there, because it's its own gear in the box. So, Waytall Awakened, original Waytall. Yeah. So, I guess I could order it from Square Enix if I wanted to. But, yeah. It is what it is. So go to Anime Expo. So was gonna do the exact same thing as I said before. I was gonna be like, oh, I'm just going to, much like Anime Expo, I'm not going to, or not anime, much like EVO, I'm not gonna spend money on stuff I don't need. So go to the Cyberpunk trading card. We get a sample deck. I have the Heist. I basically have the Corpo. This is Corpo V. I need to trade this deck with Derek because he has Street Punk V. He wanted Corpo V. So I'm going to trade this to him. But there was a little bit of like... So I love Derek. Derek is the homie, right? Derek is a homie. But sometimes Derek is a little bit... He's not as thirsty as I am when it comes to conventions. Because I've been going to conventions like my whole life. Or my whole adult life, I should say. Like my first EVO, or my first my first ever E3 I ever went to, which was like probably, like, I'm gonna be real, like the first time I ever went to a major convention was E3, and I snuck in that bitch. David Kuntz was a game store owner, and him and his wife at the time were had gotten 2 EVO passes, or not EVO. Keep on saying EVO, but E3. E3 passes. Friend of the show, Steven, said, "Hey, do you want to go to E3?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I've been wanting to go to E3 since I was like fucking 11 years old." I would always watch it on G4. I was always like madly in love with like this was, it was like the mecca of my life. Video games were my life. And so we get there, and the promise was that he got 2 badges, but he was going to get 2 more for me and Steve. And I had just turned 18. This is like the first time I've been to a major convention ever. And so almost, it was like almost like, no, because I was like 16 when I went to LA for the first time for LARP. But like, this was like my first time going to LA to a major event that my parents were not around. Like my mom was not around for. So from the rip, I have had to like lie, cheat, steal, kill my way to some of these conventions before. And that's what we did at that first E3. Was David couldn't get the extra 2 passes. So what we had to do was that David took off his 2 pass, like he would take off his pass, give it to his wife. She would go outside, give it to Steven. Steven would come back inside. She would take her badge off, and then Steven would walk back and give me the badge, and I walked in, and then we would be like, "Oh, they're handing out the lanyards," and then we just like got like a plastic like a note holder and just clipped it on there, and like I just like got like I tore off like the program guide that had the E3 symbol, and I just stuffed it in, and that was it. That's how I stuck in. And like, you live by the pirate code. You live literally by the pirate code with these conventions. Get what you can and give nothing back, right? Like, I live and breathe by the pirate code at these conventions, right? So like, the reason why I say this is like, Derek doesn't have, like I said, I mentioned Derek does not have that. He doesn't have that killer instinct. He wants to do everything by the rules desperation. Like he's like, I'm just so glad to be here. It's like, no, bitch, we gotta take advantage of every situation. Like you gotta have a killer instinct at these conventions, or else you won't see shit, you won't get shit, and nobody, unless you are famous or like a person of interest, these conventions don't give a shit about you. So get what you can and give nothing back. Like, just take advantage. Like, so I say this because Derek was like, oh, they told me you can't, like, they can't squeeze you in. And I was like, bet. And he's like, yeah, look at my reservation. And it's like, it's only for me. And I'm like, okay, screenshot it and send me it. And he's like, but why? And I'm like, because they're not going to fucking look. They just, look, I literally just seeing them, people holding up their phones with the reservation. They're not looking at names. They just want to see, that you have like the reservation. So screenshot it and let me fucking walk through. And he gets all tense. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm like, fucking just do it. And so he does it. And then literally I'm like, here you go. And they're like, okay. And then so I sit down and I start playing, and our window is like 15 fucking minutes. It's like I didn't even get past the second round because the time was like so fucking small. And then they're like, okay, this is like the grand prize. They're like, oh. But then Derek he's like, oh, they're gonna make like, Para, don't scan your name on this QR code because they might like trace back to my registration. I'm like, I just scan it, and they're like, no, just add your fucking email. Like, you could just put in any email. Like, I didn't need to put in Derek's email. And so Derek was just, like I said, I love Derek. But Derek, like I said, Derek doesn't have a killer instinct like I do. And so, lo and behold, here's the Becca. And Becca's queen. She's my queen. Becca's the best girl. Becca is best girl in Cyberpunk. Best girl. So, go there, hang out, and then Derek and I are pretty much done. Like, Derek is a gotcha game, like, fanatic. So we went to all the gotcha games with, not Genshin, but we did go to Withering Waves. We did go to Zones, the ZZZ one, which I'm only a fan of the mouse girl. And so we're at Withering Waves, and I'm like Derek's just like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, Derek, just read the sign. Look, there's like a photo op, there's like a real life gotcha that you have to stand in line for, and then like there's a merchandise around the corner. So we go around the corner, and like the lines closed, or like lines capped, and there's this guy just filling out this like piece of paper, handing them out to people. And like, what do? I just walk up to the guy, like not even caring. They're like, oh, here you go. And then like he looks at me and he just hands me the piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, cool. What is it? And I look at it, and it's like, oh, this is a reserved slot for merchandise for Withering Waves. And I'm like, here, Derek, if you want to buy something, we just come back and we don't have to wait in line. But Derek was like, so, like I said, he's like, he just doesn't understand. Derek is too polite for his own good because he thinks the world is fair. Or he doesn't think. Derek's not that naive. Derek believes the world should be fair. And I'm like, no, dude, like, this is entertainment. This is luxury. This is, like, yeah, I get that everybody has to pay their taxes and everybody has to wait in line at the DMV. But this is not that situation. I'm not required to wait in line at Anime Expo. I'm going to take every advantage I can. And trust me, I did take some advantages that I'm not going to talk about on stream. But Josh knows. Josh knows what's up. Josh knows the secret the secret sauce. If you're ever in California or Nevada, there's a secret sauce. Yeah, I think everything should totally be fair, but willing to take advantage of things. Yeah, exactly. Everybody could wait in line, and people we were allowed to wait in line, but they line capped it. They're saying, you cannot wait in line anymore for merchandise. Sorry. But we'll give you this piece of paper so that you could come back at a specific time to buy merchandise so you don't have to wait in line. That was taking advantage of the situation. And Derek just did not quantify that. He just did not want to be a nuisance. He didn't want to cause any waves. And same thing happened when he and I went to E3 many years ago. We were one of the first people on planet Earth. I'm talking Earth with the capital E, to try out the PlayStation 4 DualShock controller. Derek and I were one of the first people on planet Earth, besides people who worked at Sony, to hold it and play with it. We played Astro Boy before Astro Boy had ever become a thing, because the demo station that we were at was the Astro Boy playroom before it became a thing. And how did we get it? I bullshitted my way into that room. And Derek was so nervous. He was so anxious. He's like, oh, no, that's okay. That's fine. I'm like, no, we're doing this. We're going to be the first people on planet Earth to hold the PS4 controller. Like, this controller breaks the convention. Like, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, they all look the fucking same. They didn't have a touchpad. They didn't have, like, the normal ergonomics. This was, at the time, the most... It was like going from an NES controller to the 64 controller. It's like, oh my god, why is this controller look so fucking weird? Like, what is this blank spot on the fucking PS4 controller? What is this for? And they explained it. It's haptic feedback. It's a touchpad. And I was like, oh, so they're trying to do the whole touchscreen thing. And there's like, there's like these haptic feedbacks in the back that you could, like, and it's like the gyro and stuff. And we were literally playing Astro Boy's Playroom before it became a free thing on PS5. Like, not many people know that we played a version of Astro Boy that was not available to the public. And like, so the same shit that happened at E3 happened at Anime Expo. He just did not, like, he didn't want to, like, cause any blowback, and he felt like everything we did would have got him in trouble. I'm like, no, nobody's gonna... Derek, first of all, we're here for a day. We didn't get a 4-day pass. We're here for one fucking day. So if they kick us out, they kick us out. But there's nothing here that we could do that would warrant us to get kicked out. Like, you literally have to, like, molest somebody and or like get into a fist, in which I've seen fights at Anime Expo and nobody got kicked out. They just send them, they just literally, like, split them up and be like, all right, cool off. Right? You have to, like, be a dangerous person in order to get kicked out of Anime Expo. Josh and I have seen half-naked women at Anime Expo. By the way, as an aside, I was a little disappointed at the cosplay this year. Not because it was bad. It's just that because these gacha games are so popular, the cosplay is magnificent, very stylistic, very proper. But it's not lewd. I mean, it's lewd, but it's I don't know how to call it. It's like stylized lewd, right? I'm just so used to, like, my generation is like Kill la Kill, fucking, like, Gurren Lagann, where, like, girls are wearing practically nothing. Like, I was like, oh, that's just a thong, and like I was expecting, like, Mirin cosplay from My Dress Up Darling just in bikini. I only saw one. Only one. But everybody was in gacha cosplay. It was like either Genshin Impact, Withering Waves, ZZZZ, you know, all everybody was in their gacha cosplay. And I was like, oh, this is great cosplay, but it wasn't like half-naked chicks cosplay. Like that I was like, kind of like the one year that you and I went Sidebound with Anson, I was like, god damn, these women are brave. Holy shit. Like, holy shit. Like, I didn't see enough of that. But that was an aside. Also played the one woman who had a wrist-in bikini with no safety undies. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, a lot of the cosplay was very stylized, very proper, very, like, cosplay accurate, but no lewdness. So, we go over to the Arc System Works booth, and I was like, hey, Derek, I got to play Tokon. We know somebody. Shoutouts to Danny. We know somebody who works at Arc System Works. We should play some Tokon. And so we go, we say hi to Danny. We talk it up. And then finally, I'm like, hey, like, we should do lunch. He's like, yeah, we'll do lunch. And so we go over and play Tokon. And at EVO, they gave out these pins, but it was random. I wanted the Carnage pin. I did not get the Carnage pin. I got a Green Goblin pin. And on top of that, my friends, the Basement Boys, shout outs to the Basement Boys again, they got 3 fucking badges. They got 3 fucking pins. Because the girl that was going around was confused and gave them all pin, and then they all pocketed it. And then she went around, and then she's like, oh, did I give these guys a pin? No. Gave them another pin. And then we would move up from one station, and then some random guy was like, oh, you guys want to play? And they would be like, yeah. So we moved to another station. They would play it for a 3rd time. Girl came around, didn't really care, gave him a 3rd fucking pin. So they got 3 fucking pins. And I was being honest. And I know everything I just said, the convention, I broke my own rule convention. But I could not take advantage because I wasn't the one sitting down playing on the sticks. So they couldn't give me a pin. I was just hanging around my friends who were playing Tokon, and I didn't get to sit down and play. So they couldn't give me a pin for just hovering around them while playing. So I couldn't take advantage like they did. If I was sitting down playing on the sticks, they probably wouldn't have gave me a 2nd and 3rd pin like they did. But I wasn't. I was there hovering, watching them play. So I only got 1 pin. So I went, got my fucking 2nd pin, and it's fucking Carnage. You can't really see it, but it's there. It's the Carnage pin. So I got my Carnage pin. That's all I wanted. I just wanted Carnage, and that's it. Maybe Doctor Doom, maybe Wolverine, but primarily I wanted Carnage because I love symbiotes. Symbiotes are the go. So we do that, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, Arc System Works is here. Duh. We should probably check out what they're doing Arc System Works wise. And I'm like, listen, like, some conventions I'm a little bit spoiled on. So if you go to a fighting game convention, and if a fighting game actor, voice actor is there, you usually don't have to pay for shit. But since Anime Expo is all about the celebration of your Oshi, your whoever, you have to pay. So I saw the voice actress of ABBA, and I was like, oh, I like ABBA, but I'm not like cuckoo crazy over ABBA. I'm more of a fan of Baiken. Baiken's like my favorite gal in Guilty Gear. But a lot of the Basement Boys, a lot of my friends, they're fans of ABBA. So I was like, oh. I wonder, I was like, how much does this package cost? I get to get a picture with the voice actress, and you get a bunch of other stuff. It was like $80. So you get a lot of stuff, and I was actually surprised. And so I'm gonna some of this stuff I'm gonna give to the Basement Boys. So I got a mat, but it's signed. She actually signed it. So I forget what she. So we were kind of role playing with each other. I was like, yeah, sign it on the boy. Sign it on. Oh, no. I got a little saliva. No. You keep leering eyes off my husband. Oh, keep your leering eyes off my husband. Because ABBA Abba's in love with the key. If you don't know the lore, she is in love with this key, who is a weapon. It's actually an axe. The weapon is actually an axe. And she's homoculized. She's not a real girl. In previous Guilty Gear games, she had red hair, but because she has green hair now, and fun fact, it's copper. And when copper oxidizes, when it gets old, it turns into green. That's why the Statue of Liberty is green, because it used to be bronze. It used to be reddish, but now it's green because it oxidized. So that's why Abba has green hair, because she's not a real girl. She's a construct. They gave me this Abba blanket. I was like, oh, okay. That's neat. Kind of much. We got these Abba there's more Abba patches. Like, that's part of her costume, her cosplay. And then the key, I got a keychain of the key, which I think I might keep it. Oh, I got this. This is apparently it's like a con exclusive sticker of Abba. Oh, and then like I got this keychain lanyard, which, by the way, this lanyard apparently is a better one that they gave away at EVO, because it has the Under Night in Birth one and the Guilty Gear one. Because the one they gave out at EVO did not have it. So I'm like, okay. I got Abba stuff. I'm cool. So then I'm like, okay. I think I've spent a good chunk of change at this convention. Spent $80 on an Abba package. And I was like, I think I can go. But I was like, I think I need to buy a waifu. I need a waifu something. And I've been eyeing this statue for a while. It's the Terry Bogard statue. It's the Fatal Cutie when Terry gets turned into a girl. And at EVO, they had it on display, but they were selling the Hasako exclusive one. I was like, I don't want Hasako. I don't need a Ghost Hunter. I want Fatal Cutie Terry. So I go over to the best. These guys sell the best. I think they sell the best waifu statues, figures, whatever, in the biz. Kabukiya, they're really good. So I was already invested, being like, I'm gonna spend $100, $200, like $100 maximum on a waifu statue. But something happened, boys. Something I wasn't expecting. Something so diabolical. Something that struck the core of my very being. I was very upset at what shook me. When I saw it, I immediately was like, fuck, I'm gonna buy it. Like, fuck me, I'm gonna buy this, and I'm gonna hate my life for the rest of my life. But it was destiny. It was actual fucking destiny. So, my mom has never really understood anime. Never really cared for it. But she doesn't think it's like, she doesn't hate it. I think she hates my video game habits a little bit. but the anime stuff, like, she loves cartoons. So she's like, oh, you just love cartoons. So when I was very young, I love Trigun. Trigun's like top 5 anime of all time for me. It's always there's much like my top 5 video games. It's always wrestling. It just like it's always like a fight for the top based on my like attitude, my mood, my year, my everything. It's like they're always battling. There's always a battle. So Trigun is like one of like sometimes if Ava's having a pop off year like this year, God, I wish I could talk more about Ava. The Yokotaro trailer. Oh, chef's kiss. But if Ava's having a bomb year, if Trigun's having a goat year, if Trigger decides that they're gonna redo Garen Langan, or like a Triggered inspired, or oh my god, the Tenchi Muyo Galaxy. Oh my god, I could go on and on. I love old anime, new anime, whatever. Old anime, peak. So my mom, not knowing a lot about anime, not like, and this is before Amazon even. This is like before things were readily. Anime is so readily available now. Like it's almost disgustingly available. How much anime is available to you? I'm talking. I got my Nerve bag when I was in junior high. A Nerve bag, like. This has been like 6 years after the anime had finished, because if I'm not mistaken, Evangelion was like 95 and ended in like 98, I believe. Yeah, because end of EVO was 1999. So I was in junior high when I got my Nerve bag for Christmas for junior high, because I didn't want a backpack. I wanted a messenger bag, but I wanted the Nerve messenger bag. I was like, God, please, Mom, I just want this bag. I want to stand out. I want to be so cool. Not cool as in like cool kids. I was like, I got so fed up being like in my shell in elementary about anime and video games that I was like, from junior high on, I'm gonna flaunt it. I'm gonna wear my Dragon Ball Z shirt. I'm gonna wear my anime like stickers. Like I'm done hiding it. I'm done being ashamed that I love anime. It's no fair that they get to wear fucking whatever, like the Power Ranger shirts, or you know, whatever the contemporary like pop or like Nickelodeon shirts, whatever. I was like, I love anime, and I'm tired of these fucking Batman, He-Man, fucking Saturday morning cartoons. I love X-Men, don't get me wrong, but Trigun, like one of the last Christmas gifts I got from my mom, as like I think I was a freshman or sophomore. Like I was obsessed with Trigun, love Trigun, and she got me this black, it was the Planet Gunsmoke black colored Vash that it had the angel arm. Not gun, but it had the modified gun with the blade at the end attachment, and it showed the black streak where Vash lost a little bit of his like mojo, his power, because he shot the gun. And I was like, I still have it. It's in my room. So I wish I could point the camera towards it and show you guys. Maybe I could find it, like a picture of it online somewhere. Let me check real quick. Vash the Stampede, all black figure. Oh, no, they're show. Okay, so this is it right here. Oh god, is there like a Trigun Vash the Stampede replat? Let me see if I can find like a better picture of it. Image. No, but it's showing the one that I don't want to show. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Okay, so this is I basically can't. I guess this is the only that's sponsored. eBay sponsored. Japan. I guess this is the only way I could find it. Yeah, so this is like the only. Let me just switch over to. So my mom got me this for Christmas, and like I said, this is like one of the last years my mom gave me anything for Christmas. So this is like a Planet Gunsmoke. You see how it's supposed to be all red, right? But it's the repainted edition. It's the all black with the glasses. And like, I don't think this one, yeah, this doesn't have the gun attachment or the blade attachment, because only the all black one has it. And I have all of it. I still have the cat. I have the $7 billion double dollar sign. It's all there. It's all still set up right there. And like I said, it has a secret weapon and a pivot point. It's the handgun. So I got this for Christmas one year. And like I said, my mom, I love my mom to death for this, because she didn't have to understand. She didn't have to know. She didn't have to go this hard, but she did. And like I said, this was before the internet, before like the readily available Amazon, like eBay. I to this day, I don't know where she got it. I think, honest to God, if I had to guess where she got it, I think she went to Software Etc. or no, because it was GameStop at that point. I think she went to Suncoast, or what was the weird shop that sold all the weird figures at the mall? It's closed down now. Not Suncoast. I mean, she probably could. I think she got it at Suncoast, to be honest. Suncoast before they turned to FYE, but it was like the other shop that sold a bunch of weird shit. But I think she went to Suncoast or somewhere. I don't. At some point, I have to ask her, like, where did you buy this? Like, as a grown ass adult woman in the 2000s, where anime was not like Naruto, like Pokemon and Dragon Ball had just become popularized. Like they were getting their comeuppance, right? But not all this other, not Cowboy Bebop, not Trigun, not anything else. Like all that shit was still very obscure, very niche, obscure shit. So I say all that because, like I said, it was fucking destiny. It was actual. And I got the new Bash the Stampede. And this is Trigun. This is the new Trigun, the new adaptation, which is, I don't think it's not bad. Although I haven't watched the second season. I watched all the first season of it. And it's done by Studio Orange, which Studio Orange is probably the only good 3D animation studio in Japan. And I say this because, you know, there's Pixar. Like, we have already grown up with 3D animation here in the West. But in Japan, they still are traditionally, they want to do things digital art-wise or, you know, pencil-wise, right? They still want to do animation. But 3D is still kind of a faux pas thing, but it's catching on because it's like the rest of the industry. It's like it's too good not to pass up. The time it takes to do your 3D animation is half the time if you have to like pencil that shit. Like Mappa, God bless Mappa for like doing God's work for a lot of these animations, but they're like, there's a lot of like Jujutsu Kaisen and like My Hero and a bunch of other animes. Like it's breaking them. There's all these horror stories coming out of Mappa right now that are like they're being overworked and underpaid, and a lot of them are getting burnt out because of the crunch that requires to put these animes out. And then the animation quality is actually lacking, and so like for example, not this current season of Jujutsu Kaisen, but the last season of Jujutsu Kaisen, there was a pivotal battle between Saikuno and the summon thing. I forget the thing that what's his face summons, but though a lot of it was like kind of rushed, and so the Blu-ray kind of addresses that, and they show the better quality, like because they had time to cook and release the Blu-ray version. The Blu-ray version had the better animation. And it sucks because you can't go to Crunchyroll or Hulu and see the better animation version of that fight, of that final fight where all the budget went into, because they saved it for the cutting room floor for the Blu-ray. And so that's like, oh wow, that sucks. But Studio Orange, they're trying to make 3D as close to anime as they can. And it's still somewhat a little jarring. And I hate when they try to do the blend. It's either do all 3D or no 3D, and which is what killed Berserk. Because Berserk, I forget what studio was trying to do the new adaptation of Berserk, but that's what killed Berserk. It was a mixture of 3D and 2D, and it was kind of like, ugh, it kind of took me out of it. It's like, oh dude, like your 3D is god awful. And the animations kind of feel rushed a little bit. And, like, that's why this doesn't look good. And, like, the direction and the camera angling and stuff is not great. But Studio Orange, they've done Beastar, which is really good. I think it's a very faithful adaptation. And it's all in 3D. And so Studio Orange has been entrusted with the Trigun IP. And it's all black. It's all black. It's all black like the one my mom gave me. And I'm trying not to tear up thinking about it. This was destiny. This is literally destiny. This is destiny manifesting because it's all black. It's the all black figure. They were like, oh, by the way, you get this like special, you get a special head for purchasing it. This is like con exclusive bullshit. You get and it's with the glasses. It's the glasses, like the glasses, Vash the Stampede, all black. Because like I showed you guys, the red one doesn't have him wearing the glasses. It's just only the black repainted one has him wearing the glasses. So they had to give me the head that has him wearing the glasses. So it was destiny. I wanted an anime waifu figure. Didn't get the anime waifu figure. I got instead the goat. I got Trigun. So that's cool. And then at that point, okay, so I guess we'll talk about Artist Alley. We'll go down Artist Alley. I don't think, I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. I don't think I'm going to play Mia. I'm a little tired. I did work today. And I think this will just be like kind of a yapping stream for right now. So, I mean, to not like kind of cheat y'all on each stream, I think I'm going to change the title of... Where is it? Stream setting. I'll change it when I'm done with the... Oh, there it is. Edit. I could just change to Mina the Hollower. I'm probably not going to play Mina the Hollower tonight. And I would say I would play tomorrow night, but probably not going to play tomorrow night either because it's Friday and I have to do the basement stuff on Friday. So... So... What am I explaining? What am I doing? What am I talking? Oh yeah, so went to Artist Alley. Let me get some trigger water real quick. Oh, as an aside, quick aside. And this is nothing against Anime Expo. This is just a jab at just anime convention, or just conventions in general. Sadly, what are doing Saturday? So Saturday is a skirmish, a Riftbound skirmish that I promised Raul I would attend. I promised him. He was, because I was supposed to go to a skirmish back in May, but I missed out on the skirmish, and only 2 people showed up at Mega City. And so he got a little despondent, and because I went to Hellspawn skirmish because a friend from out of town, who's a streamer friend of mine, he signed up to go to the skirmish at Hellspawn. So I was like, I want to go to the skirmish at Mega City because Mega City is kind of like my home base. But I get, if you're going to be in town, if you're coming up all the way from LA to play in the skirmish, I guess I'll go to the Hellspawn one. And everybody went to the Hellspawn skirmish for Riftbound, but nobody went to the Mega City one. Only 2 people showed up to the Mega City one. So now Raul was like, if nobody shows up to the Mega City, if nobody shows up to this other skirmish, then I'm probably gonna pack it in. And I'm like, no. I still like Riftbound. I still want to play. Like, I've been so busy going to conventions and stuff. And I've been working Fridays and Mondays, so I can't go to Mega City on Fridays or Mondays anymore. So I haven't been around Mega City, so I was like, fine. I thought today was the skirmish. But no, it's Saturday. So I'm probably going to go to the Saturday one. So if we want to do Commander, if we want to hang out and do Commander, it'd have to be later. Even though we haven't hung out in like... I think we haven't hung out since fucking almost like MagicCon. There was that one weekend that we hung out, and then afterwards we haven't hung out since. Which is kind of fucked up. Like, I've just been so fucking busy every Saturday. Just going to fucking convention from May. I think it was like the week after we came back from fucking MagicCon. I've been busy every Saturday. Like, no joke. Just always something. I had something to do. Yeah, I know you're not gonna. And see, you're gonna be in Amsterdam, not this weekend, but the following Saturday. So it's like, fuck. It's like, goddamn. So it's like, god damn it. It sucks. But anyways, so we go to Artist Alley, and boy, there's been a lot of discourse on it, and I would say that it's about 50%. No, I would say it's about. Oh wait, before we went to Artist Alley, I did go to a panel. I did go to the Doki Doki Literature Club panel. Let me see. I don't actually know what time it is. I think it starts at 11, I think. Let me check. Event. No, so it's at 12. And I think there's only 3 rounds. So it's only 3 rounds. So it could be done by like 2 or 3. I'm guessing. Because the last skirmish I went to ended like, it started at 11, but it ended like around 1. So yeah. Yeah, it says estimated end time at 6:40, but it's not going to go that late. It's not going to go that late. So, I went to the Doki Doki Literature Club panel. It was fine. The guy who made Doki Doki Literature Club basically teased out he's making another game. Like, throughout the whole, let's see, what's his name? Doki. I follow him on. Is this the official one? Just Monica. No, I'm not following. I know Monica follows me on. Yeah, Monica follows me on. Last thing she posted was 2025 last year. Ooh! And she wished me happy birthday, which was fucked up. I'm not happy about that. I was not happy about her not posting that. But I forget the guy who made God, I don't I forget who the guy who made Doki Doki Literature Club, but it's like David something. Hold on. Not Dave Filoni, not Dave. At Dave. Is it David? Let me see if I can find it. Doki Doki. Literature Club creator. Dan. His name is Dan, not David. Dan. Sal. Oh, did he? I think founder and developer of Team Savos, Frankie. Oh, he made Frankie Faces? Oh, man. Merch. Yeah. So, Dave Salvato. Dave Salvato basically teased out the new game he's working on. Apparently, it's a shmup. And he showed some artwork, but the whole convention, they were like, no pictures, no recordings. If we catch you recording, and he even said, like, I don't want this. Like, he says he doesn't like being recorded. He doesn't like there to be any news, and so he was very private about it. So he was like, he just showed us like some screen, like he showed us the title. He showed us some artwork and like what type of game it was. And then he was like talking about how he needs to get back into gaming because he hadn't made a game in like 8 years. And so I was like, oh, and then he talked about like the backgrounds of everybody. And then like he kind of confirmed, I forget all the girls' names, but the purple haired one, the one that's the cutter. I guess there's like this like fan made theory that she's like autistic or on the spectrum. And so he was like, well, I recently got diagnosed like that I'm on the spectrum. That he's like it's weird. I don't understand how people can say like that you could be. I understand, but I don't understand at the same time where it's like you can go through life and like be like, oh, I'm on the spectrum or I have autism. And it's like, how are you autistic? Like, what are you doing that like makes you not believe you're on the spectrum, but like what is the, maybe it's the brain chemistry. You're not, what's making you not act normal to be autistic in some manner? I don't understand. Are you social autistic? Are you like logically autistic? Like what is the, but anyways, he had said that he was diagnosed recently on that he was autistic or on the spectrum or something during that interview. Or yeah, it wasn't really an interview, it was like him dialoguing, I guess. Like a one-on-one. And so he kind of said like, well, if I'm the creator, that is why it's a spectrum. Yeah, I know exactly. It's a spectrum because you can't really define it. But it's weird that you could be diagnosed. Like, so it's like every Odyssey just now not an Odyssey. You're just on the spectrum or you're autistic in some nature. Like you're just autistic, period, dot, you move on. Like, it's just weird. It's just like such a weird thing that we have to move forward as a society thinking about like, and you know, it's kind of like, yeah, there's no such thing as normal. So I guess everybody, but then does that mean everybody's on the spectrum or is everybody a little autistic, like how everybody's kind of a little gay. Like everybody's a little bit gay, right? Right? Everyone's a little gay, right? You're a little gay, right? Right? You're a little gay? Are you a little gay? Are you a little homosexual? You're lying if you're not. You're lying. Don't lie to yourself. You know you are. You know you are. You're a little gay. Everyone's a little gay. So quit being a homophobe. Quit being fucking a little homophobe. Just accept it. You're a little gay. Everybody's a little gay. Anyways. So like, yeah, he kind of just said that like, yeah, maybe she is on the spectrum. Or maybe she is autistic or something. I forget that it's not Monica, but let me see. Doki, I gotta spell it. Doki. Girls. What are their names? God, that game was so fucked up. It was so fucked up. Yuri. Nazuki, Monica, and Sayori. And Yuri. I really should. And then he says the protagonist is also a character. That you are not the protagonist. That protagonist, the MC, the main character is a character. You are not the main character. The main character is the main character. Which kind of fucked me up a little bit. I was like, whoa. I didn't realize that. I was like, wait a minute. So the whole time, like the whole file coding thing where it like did this whole fake out of like, oh, look, we're looking into your game file, and we're going to say Michael, and yeah, we got you. Like that was a fake out? That was all fake out? Like the main protagonist is the main protagonist, and you are not the main protagonist? So I was like, oh, that's a little, I was like, that sucks. I was like, that was kind of a little bit of like a, oh, shucks moment. Like, dang, maybe I just didn't think, like, all these years I didn't think about it that way. But the people who are like super hardcore fans of Doki Doki Literature Club are. So oh well. Okay. So watch that panel. There was no other panel that I could. Anime Expo is like. Let me talk about something real quick. I know I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but now that I'm devoted to not playing video games tonight, I think I could be more of a talking head tonight. But this is the plan. The plan for 2027. So this is the plan. If I have a stable work life and a stable living arrangement, because things are crazy right now. But if I have a job and it's stable and I have a base income that is like afforded me the luxury of going to events next year, this is the plan. So the first thing I will say is that I am not paying for EVO anymore. Period. Hands down, no more. I will either get invited as a media, or somebody's gonna have to pay for my pass and go to EVO, because it's twofold. Yes, it is the Saudi thing, but it's also EVO is not worth that much money. EVO is not worth $300 for 3 days in Vegas. It is not. There's nothing. Like, I love the FGC. FGC was my first home that I found as a community. Then I went to role-playing and found my role-play community. But, like, fighting games were, like, my first, like, interaction with people that were into video games. Because I was the only people I could hang out with at the time. But it is not worth $300. Period. You know what is worth $300 though? But it does. EVO Japan. Because I'll be going to Japan. It's not just going to EVO. I'm going to Japan. That happens to be in where EVO takes place at. So it's like I'm going to Japan, but EVO happens to be there. EVO Vegas is, it's EVO Vegas. I'm in America. It's Vegas. I've been to Vegas. Vegas. It's fucking expensive and it's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. So, if I'm not going to EVO Vegas, unless somebody gives me a free pass or I get invited to go, then I go to EVO Japan. Now, I'm doing hand things. Because my friends who got me into Magic, 2 out of the 3 of them, one is leaving the country next year, and one of them lives in Utah. Does that mean I go to Magic Vegas? Probably not. Unless my friends decide to go to Magic Vegas. Because, again, is Vegas Magic worth it? No, it's not. Unless you have the Black Lotus Pass, it's not worth it. You don't get enough stuff and money-wise, and Vegas is so expensive, not worth it. So unless I get a creator badge or I pay for the Black Lotus, and on top of that, my friends who got me into Magic have to come too, I am not going to MagicCon. So, therefore, EVO Vegas out. Magic Vegas is asterisk if my friends attend and I get a creator badge and or I pay for the Black Lotus Pass. Like, those are the only things. Those are like literally, so those are 2 conventions. And the reason why I bring this up is like, Anime Expo. I miss Anime Expo. It is a shit show. And this year was a little bit kind of constrained because of the Olympics construction. And it's also going to be constrained. Like, I'm thinking about 2028, how they're going to have to move Anime Expo somewhere else next year. Because 2027. No, it's 2028 is when the Olympics happen. Anime Expo is not going to be in an LA Convention Center in 2028. I'm sorry. I think they need to start making plans to either... I think the only way they can have it is they have to put it in Anaheim, because they can't go back to Long Beach because Long Beach is too small. And Anime Expo is huge now. You might do Anime Expo next year. So that is my thing. And on top of that, one of the big things that a lot of people complain about in previous years at Anime Expo than they did this year, which I actually saw firsthand, was they were more catered to the influencers. Previous years, like, they gave them their own stage presence, they gave them their own panels, they gave them their own booths. But now they're like, nah, fuck creators, fuck influencers. Like, we'll invite them. It's content. Content's going to be content there. But we're not going to give them, like, a stage presence. We're not going to give them, like, we'll give them a panel room, but we're not going to give them a theater. Like, when we went to Anime Expo that one year, I went to the Trash Taste podcast, and it was like the biggest fucking room. And I was like, oh, I can just watch this later on YouTube. Like, this was, that's when I started getting, like, a little bit, I had been spoiled by watching podcasts live with actual celebrities during my comedy, like, kick. Like, I went to Doug Loves Movies, I went to Nerdist, I went to all these podcasts, comedy podcasts, but they were real life celebrities there. So you were there for celebrities, real actors, real people influence and, like, audience share at, like, SF Sketchfest or something. Like, one of the craziest panels I've ever been to was I was at SF Sketchfest in San Francisco, and Dan Harmon, the creator of Community, I got to witness a podcast that never aired on the Nerdist because it was so explicit and so fucked up that they did not post it. And I got to watch it because that night Dan Harmon was the the guest for the Nerdist podcast. And that night was the night that Sony and NBC fired him from Community. They're like, you're no longer the showrunner for Community. It's been fun. Chevy Chase, like, we're following Chevy Chase and not you. And Chevy Chase does not like you, so we're going to side with him. And that was kind of like the beginning of the end of Community. But, man, was Dan Harmon plastered. Like, he was acting like Rick from Rick and Morty. I think that night, and this is probably just in my own headcanon, but, like, I think that's where he invented the character of Rick from Rick and Morty. And I know Rick and Morty had come from, like, a webcomic that he did, but the way he was acting was like drunk Rick from Rick and Morty. Like, he did the voice and everything, and he was like, oh, hey, Chris, yeah, this is, I just got fired. And it was funny, but it was also fucking sad because, people had paid to be there for a live, like, listen of the Nerdist podcast. And, like, Dan Harmon, like, Community was, like, a big deal back then. It was, like, one of the top-rated shows at the time. And he was just, right? But, like I said, I've been spoiled by listening to podcasts live through the previous years. I've been going to, like, comedy fests. So watching a YouTuber influencer podcast, I was like, oh, you guys are just shooting the shit and not really doing anything. Which is why I never really got the whole, like, when YouTubers went on tour. Like, right now, like, Philip DeFranco and what's-his-face, they're doing the Crashing Out podcast live. I might actually like that one. Because I love Philip DeFranco. I think Philip DeFranco is, like, a good... And I forget the other guy, the redhead ginger dude that's with him. I would like to go to... I think the next show is, like, in San Francisco, I think, in a couple weeks. Let me see. Crashing Out Tour. Crashing Out Tour. Damn it. Crashing Out Live. Oh my god, why are websites so bad now? Can you just tell me? I'm just trying to find Crashing Out show. Where is... Okay, is there like a... Dude, they don't have like a schedule? Okay, hold on. Why is everything so hard to find? The Philip DeFranco links, podcasts, Perlman. Where's the... Okay, maybe if I go to their Twitter account, maybe they might have the schedule. No, they have nothing posted on their Twitter. What the actual fuck? Where's the tour dates? Bro, I'm literally crashing out right now, not being able to find... How do you... I'm going back to their Instagram. They don't have... Do they not have the tour dates? There's Crashing Out. There's a pre-sale. Where are all the dates? Oh my god! Like, I'm crashing out over crashing out. Cool. But anyways, like, I've just been so... I like watching content creators. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fellow content creator connoisseur. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. But like, it's kind of like a judge of my own peers type of thing, right? I'm not saying I'm better than them, but envy is my sin, first of all. But like, what they're saying and what they're doing isn't really all that entertaining. So back to what I was saying about Anime Expo, they focus more on like bringing guests from Japan, like people who actually do like industry work. And so I thought that was cool. I thought they were like, rather than giving influencers, like making it like a fan expo or like I forget what the YouTube one is, but that's what that con's for, right? It's not for Anime Expo. If you want to visit your favorite YouTuber, like go to that convention. But I guess Anitube or anime YouTubers, they're kind of forced to go to Anime Expo, but still they have to I don't even think Silent Eye or like iPad or what's his face, Silent Eye Patch Wolf, or he wasn't even there. So it's like a lot of the like anime YouTubers don't even go to Anime Expo anymore because they know it's a shit show. So the reason why I say that is like I went one day to Anime Expo and I was exhausted. I was like, God, I am so fucking tired. But I could definitely do like 4 days. And then I was thinking like, okay, do I want to travel 4 hours every day back and forth to Anime Expo, or would I want to get a hotel? And that's the tricky thing about LA, right? It's close enough to where gas is still expensive, but it's like, is gas more expensive than buying a hotel? Because they kick you out. But then there are night stuff, there's parties and stuff, and I got invited to like 2 parties that same night. I got invited to a party because one of my friends was he's like, oh, do you want to go to this Ghost in the Shell premiere party? And I was like, oh, we're leaving, we're going back to Bakersfield. And he's like, oh, okay, well, you could have gone, I could have gotten you. And I was like, damn. And like that's the problem with like, if I leave Anime Expo, I'm gonna go to an after party. I'm probably gonna drink. No, I'm not gonna get belligerent anymore. I'm too old for that shit. Maybe, depending on what type of party, but and what company I'm keeping. But yeah, it's like, do I get a hotel in LA of all places when I'm literally 2 hours away? Then it's like, part of me is like, dude, I just wish I could just crash at a friend's house. Then it's like, oh, all my friends live in the Bay. None of them live in LA. So I'm like, fuck. I don't know. But then I'm like, I do know some people. I could probably hit up the FGC to crash on somebody's couch, but could I crash on somebody's couch for 3 days straight? And like, what happens if they don't go to Anime Expo? So it's just like a weird thing where it's like, okay, part of me was like, I felt a little FOMO that like I didn't go all 4 days to Anime Expo. Like I didn't see, like there was a premiere for the Ghost in the Shell episodes, but they're on Prime. But I wanted to see Cyberpunk Edge Runners Season 2. They premiered the 2 episodes there at the Peacock Theater. And I had a chance to watch that too. And I was like, oh. And then there was like a fighting game tournament, a side tournament there that I could have been a part of. Like, there was like so much stuff that I just don't, like I said, EVO, not worth it anymore. But Anime Expo, 4 days of like crazy amount of content. Although the food was fucking expensive, they had a good food truck line. It was like they literally like went all out of the way to bring all these vendors. Like the whole front row of Figueroa was shut down, which is crazy. But I also found out too that much like San Diego Comic-Con, for the last 2 decades, Anime Expo is like 20% of the revenue, tourist revenue that LA generates. And it makes sense because everyone in LA leaves LA during 4th of July. They either go to the beach or they go up north to camp. People who live in LA, around LA, leave LA. So that's why they just let all the gooners and losers take over downtown LA. Like they literally take over like that whole area for 4 days. Like, and they closed down Figueroa Street as well. So it's like they really, really took it over. So I was like, God damn, they just closed off one of the busiest streets in fucking all LA for 4 days for them. And then, like I said, I was talking to like one of the convention organizers. He's like, yeah, we generate like 20% of the total this weekend alone. Like the amount of money people spend in LA proper, it's like 20% of it. So like, oh yeah, no wonder they just roll out the red carpet for anime now, because it makes up a shit ton of money. So Anime Expo is like, it's like a big like exclamation point. It's like, do I really like, That's the one I have to do the most logistics on next year. If I do go, I do want to go. I feel like I live so close enough to it that I need to start going again. Because even if it's just for one day, like a one-day trip. One day. What's so bad about one day? It's easy. It's easy. Easy. And Derek and I got there super early. We found parking. There was a couple lines, but like I said, I found ways to. I had to exaggerate certain things in order to get certain things, in order to bypass certain lines. But I won't go into detail. So now, Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con's the end of this month. I don't think I'm ever going back to San Diego Comic-Con, period, ever. I would like to go to WonderCon, but once again, WonderCon is also like it's a day trip, it's a one-day trip. Do I really want to go all the way to basically Disneyland for a day? And then I was like, well, if I go to Disneyland for a day, maybe I can do, but now I have my Disney Pass. Maybe I should make it like a thing to where it's like, oh, I go to Disneyland, do my day pass that Wednesday, go to Disneyland on Wednesday, or it'd be Thursday, because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I was like, oh, so I go to Disneyland on Thursday, go to Camelot Inn across the street, which is like super cheap. Or fuck it, I can stay at one of the Hilton. I can score points because I've been racking up Hilton points and stay at one of the like Hilton chains, like along Harbor, and then go to like check out that same day and go to WonderCon. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. I think that's what I would do, and I think that's what I'm probably gonna do next year. Is like just go for a day, just go to Disneyland for one day, and then the next day go to WonderCon and then leave. And that'd be it. But then PAX, I think PAX West. When's PAX West? It's like, I think it's coming up in August. Early bird badges are already going to be on sale this week or next week. September. So it's in September. So I love Philly. I think Philly's really cool. But can I afford to fly across the country this year to go to Philly for 3 days or 4 days? Because usually I was able to room with my co-creator of our role-playing game. But he's been staying with some locals there and not having to pay for a hotel room. So now I've been stuck having to pay for my own hotel room for the past 2 years. And it is fucking expensive. And I am not comfortable enough to stay in Philadelphia that's not in walking distance from the convention. So I have to pay a little bit higher to stay somewhere that, because I don't really know the transit system that well. I'm not familiar with it. So now I'm like, okay, how about instead of going to PAX Unplug, I go to PAX West to do my demo, because they have games on demand, and I can stay in Seattle, and Seattle is way easier for me to get to. It's only a 2-hour flight. It's way cheaper, and the hotel, I know I get stayed at a couple friends' houses, and I can also like meet up with a bunch of friends that I know live in Seattle and probably demo my game to those friends and make it a whole thing. And like that's where I'm like, okay, so do I try to, like, I gotta go to the games on demand. Let's see, July 7th. I'll DM you. Hold on. Oh shit, I should have been on this thread. Shit. April. I'll DM specific. Everyone's seeing you'll be able to get a badge and game. Everyone needs a badge later. This is. PAX doesn't work like Gen Con. You need to buy your badge. You can't get refunded. So if you want a free badge, go through us. So I should probably DM this guy, Major Tom. Yeah, I probably should DM him probably tomorrow. Because Gen Con's coming up, and I'm not going to Gen Con. Because, once again, same thing. Indianapolis, not a big fan. Don't really know the city, but I definitely know Seattle. I've been to Seattle a few times, and I can use a public transit. I've used it a few times. And I even know where I can stay at. There's like a little hotel that I stay at right by the airport, and I get to the convention center back and forth. But anyways, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, do I go to, instead of going to PAX Unplugged, do I go to PAX West to demo my game? Because I can't afford to go to PAX Unplugged anymore. And it's like, it has video games too? I don't know. These are just stuff I'm going on top of my head because I'm just doing show and tell and talking about my future con things, future con convention talk, type talks. So, yeah. But like, so 2027 is like, I want to go to EVO Japan. If my friends don't go to MagicCon, I definitely want to make that like my focus, is to go to EVO Japan. Because if there's any other EVO I will go to anymore, it's EVO Japan. Because EVO Japan is in Japan, and I've been wanting to go to Japan forever. So, yeah. PAX Unplugged, I'm gonna try to make it this year. It's in November. That might be I gotta figure out like where I'm gonna stay at. Maybe there's another hotel I can find that's cheaper. It's gotta find a cheaper hotel. That's my problem. It's finding, and the flight's kind of crazy. It's like 9 hours. I had to go. I basically fly to LAX, Chicago to Philadelphia, and then I have to take the Uber from Philly to like downtown Philly, and it's far. I can't believe how far it is, but whoo. But that's the only time I get to see Steven, is at PAX Unplugged. So I miss, and Steven's my friend, so I don't know. And he's the one that put me on the Games on Demand. But I don't think I'm going to go to any more conventions this year, unless I decide, like I said, if I change my trajectory to going to PAX West rather than PAX Unplugged to demo Fifth Conspiracy, then I'll do that. Then that's what I'll do instead of going to November. I do want to go to the LA Regionals Riftbound thing, but I don't know when the tickets are supposed to go on sale pretty soon. So I don't know if I can afford it right now. So I might not be able to go. Just in general. It's crazy. Life's crazy right now. I'm like sweating. I should probably be trying to find another job after this job, but I'm a dummy. I'm an idiot. So, anyways, I think that's it for show and tell. Like I said, it's pretty late. Normally I would I'm gonna try to stream Sunday night. Sunday night is probably when I'll get back to Mina the Hollower. As far as my work schedule, we're supposed to be ending on the 17th. Supposedly. So from that point on, from the night, like until September, I should be free, but I'm dreading that. I'm dreading so much right now. It's it's a little intense these days because I don't know what the future holds for me, and it's kind of crazy. I'm living la vida loca right now, and I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what else to go off of except for I'm gonna try to be consistent afterwards. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Just looking at some stuff right now, and I'm like, fuck. Life's a bitch right now. But I'm not trying to stay positive. I'm just gonna try to stay optimistic. I'm gonna try to push forward. Maybe I should stop going to these conventions. I would save a lot more money if I stopped going to these conventions. But I love it. It's what I do. I like the atmosphere. I like the people. I like the networking. I like everything about these places. Because it's not here. I could be somebody else there. All right. I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good one. Like always, be good to one another. And peace. Forever.